Welcome to Glitch, the pit stop for gamers who crave chaos, carnage, and everything in between. Ready to dive into the blood-soaked battlegrounds of Doom's most brutal chapter yet? Doom, the Dark Ages, throws you into a world of bone, fire, and medieval mayhem, and we're breaking it all down. Stick around till the end to find out if this prequel is a glorious evolution of the franchise or just a fiery detour into madness. And hey, if you're a true Slayer fan, smash that like button, drop a comment, and hit subscribe for more brutal breakdowns from Glitch. Now let's rip and tear through everything you need to know. A brutal new setting. This time, you're not a space marine on Mars or battling corrupted AI in scientific labs. Doom, the Dark Ages is a full-blown prequel, unraveling the myth behind the Slayer himself. Here, he's known not just as a man, but as the Slayer of Ages, a legend forged in the fire of war, sharpened by centuries of violence. The setting is something new and it's feral. Imagine medieval Europe dragged through the deepest pits of hell. Castles are crumbling under infernal skies, cathedrals bathed in blood, temples discreated by ancient evils. It's gothic horror meets heavy metal fantasy. Forget the sterile sci-fi corridors, you're now smashing skulls in war-torn strongholds and bone-chill-filled dungeons. This change isn't subtle, it's a complete overhaul, and it completely, does a lot of work, and it changes every expectation of what a Doom game is supposed to be. Weapons of the Dark Age. The arsenal? Familiar but twisted. You've still got the super shotgun, the chainsaw, and the rocket launcher, but they've all been reimagined. These aren't modern weapons, they're relics of war. Brutal, primitive, and beautiful in their savagery. The super shotgun now looks like a blacksmith's cursed masterpiece, part flintlock cannon, part demon slayer. The chainsaw? It's not just a tool, it's a punishment device, looking like it was forged to shred titans. And then there's a brand new shield saw, a spinning blade of death you can hurl into enemies or use to block incoming attacks. It's chaos with a layer of strategy. With the true highlight, you get a dragon, not just a cutscene or a mount, you can ride it. In combat, in the air, you can take the fight skyward, raining fire and fury down upon legions of demonic beasts. It's more than a spectacle, it opens the door for vertical combat, cinematic sequences, and new gameplay layers that Doom has never touched before. Combat reimagined. At its core, Doom is combat. Fast, fluid, deadly. But the Dark Ages slows things down, and not in a bad way. Gone are the double dashes and grappling hooks. Here, the Slayer moves like a tank. Heavy, deliberate, terrifying. Every blow you deliver feels like it could crack the earth. Every step echoes like the march of a god through a cursed world. This isn't fast-paced parkour, it's rhythm-based destruction. Instead of dancing around enemies, you grind them down. The shift is dramatic, but it fits the medieval theme like a rusted gauntlet. The glory kills are still here, so is the gore, but the tone has changed. This is war, not sport. Enemy design and boss fights. The monsters? Absolutely grotesque. Giant knights with molten armor, skeletal beasts stitched from sinew and bone, sorcerers whose faces are frozen in screams, hurling spells made of blackened souls. Each one feels pulled from a nightmare that only ID Software could dream up. Bosses in the Dark Ages are something else entirely, not just scaled up enemies, but mythic titans. Think Shadow of the Colossus meets Doom Eternal. These aren't fights you forget. It's battles you survive. You won't just be clearing rooms, you'll be slaying legends. Storytelling through blood and lore. If you're wondering whether Doom has gone full RPG, don't worry. The pace remains frantic. The blood flow never stops, but for those who care about the lore, it's here in full force. Manuscripts left in the ashes of burned kingdoms, echoes of ancient rulers and corrupted knights, hidden chambers filled with secrets from the Slayer's past. You can ignore it, or dive deep. The story isn't just told, it's carved into every environment, whispered through every broken statue, every cracked tombstone. You're not just playing the hero, you're fulfilling a prophecy. What's good about Doom: The Dark Ages? Let's break down what works. Number 1, a fresh setting. The dark medieval backdrop, it's a bold choice, and it works. It reinvents the franchise while staying true to its chaotic roots. The art direction. The world building, the demonic fantasy, it all blends into a beautiful nightmare. Number 2. Combat that feels like war. Slower doesn't mean worse. The heavier combat gives weight to every decision. It's brutal, deliberate, and deeply satisfying. You don't dance, you dominate. Number 3. Innovative weaponry. The shield saw is a highlight. The bone mace is savage. And the dragon? That alone is worth the price of admission. This isn't just old tools with new skins, it's an entirely new toolbox of pain. Number 4. Lore integration. You're not being food-sped a plot, you discover it, piece by piece. For players who love immersive worlds, this adds a whole new layer to the experience. Number 5. Audio design. The soundtrack deserves its shrine. Gregorian chants fused with metal riffs and war drums. It sounds like a cathedral being burned alive. It's epic, intense, and unforgettable. Now, the not so good. Even the most brutal games have their weaknesses. Number 1. Slower pace may alienate fans. Let's be honest, some players love the speed and agility of Doom Eternal. Taking away the grappling hook, air dashes, and quick reflex mechanics may feel like a step backward for them. Number 2. Risk of repetitive environments. Medieval castles and fortresses are cool, but they can get old fast. Without enough visual or thematic variety, some levels might blur together. Number 3. Reduce modern arsenal. Missing your plasma rifle? You're not alone. Commitment to the setting means leaving behind fan-favorite sci-fi weapons. While the replacements are fun, some players might feel the absence. Number 4. Multiplayer uncertainty. Right now, all eyes are on a single player. But what about multiplayer? Eternal's battle mode didn't click for everyone. There's still no clarity on whether the Dark Ages will fix that or drop it altogether. Number 5. Prequel pitfalls. Since this is a prequel, we know that the Slayer survives. That removes some narrative stakes. The writers will have to get creative to keep the tension high though. Because, well, if you know you're surviving, you ain't scared. So, is Doom the Dark Ages worth it? Short answer, if you want something new, brutal, and dripping in style, yes. The game isn't here to be faster than Eternal, it's here to be meaner, and it succeeds. By leading into myth, medieval fantasy, and, well, methodical combat, the Dark Ages reinvents Doom without losing its core identity. It's a love letter to fans of heavy metal, dark fantasy, and unstoppable violence. It's not a sequel, it's a legend in the making. Final thoughts. As the gates of hell creak open once more, one thing is clear. Doom, the Dark Ages, isn't just another chapter, it's a transformation. From its bone-crushing weapons to its ruined cathedrals, from dragon-baked battles to ancient evil, it's a game that dares to do things differently. And it might just be the boldest Doom entry yet. So, are you ready to become a myth? Are you ready to bring ruin to a cursed world with nothing but rage, steel, and fire? Then mark your calendars, sharpen your blade, and prepare to carve your story into legend. And don't forget, if you want more deep dives, brutal game reviews, and unfiltered takes, hit that like button, subscribe, and let your voice be heard in the comments. The Slayer isn't done yet. Not by a long shot.